Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to make the origami rose. No, actually, it's a rose flasher. This model I invented just last night, and it's based off of Kisawiyaki's 1 minute Kisawiyaki's rose. So this model is a flasher. Have another one right here. And yeah, so they flash pretty well. These use a 5x5 grid, but if you can't make a 5x5 grid, I'll show you how to make a 6x6 grid and take off 1 unit. So, to get started, we gotta make a square out of a piece of paper. Now you could use kami, but for this tutorial, I'm going to just be using butcher paper. So, let's get 2 sheets of butcher paper, get 1 sheet, and angle it like this. So it's lined up with the top and the edge. So, once you see that it's lined up on both spots, you fold this edge up. Now, it doesn't have to be all the way. You might just want to do a pinch. You might want to do it all the way. Doesn't matter. Sometimes I just do a pinch. Then I take out this sheet. That sheet we're not going to use for this one. For this tutorial, I'll be using a red sheet. Now we're going to crease a heel. I'm going to make a sharp crease with our nail. Just like that, and then we are going to tail the paper. You could cut it, but I will fold the tail. So we make a tiny tail and we whip. Now save this pulp. Don't crumple it up because that we can make a stem out of it. If you want to make a stem, you don't have to. Alright, so to make a 6x6 grid, you could make an 8x8 grid and take off 4 units, but right now, 6 units, you know. But right now I'm going to be doing a 6x6 grid and turning it into a 5x5. So what we're going to do is, you could do it like this, but I'm going to do it this way. I think this is called the snake way. And we're going to line them up perfectly. And we're going to crease. So, as you see, this is lined up with heel and same heel. Now we just have to pinch heel, and we can unfold. Now pick which side you want to be the top. You want to be the top. This side, this side. Doesn't really matter if they're the same. With kami, I would start colored side up. So we're going to fold to this pinch along this pinch. So we're just going to fold, rotate, and fold. If you're using kami, it doesn't really matter which side you start up because you can have either side facing out. So, yeah, if you started right side up, that's okay. Now unfold. Now we have to make this into 6. So the easiest way now is we're going to split all these in half. So we're going to split the center one in half by just folding the paper in half. Usually you wouldn't do that, making, you know, folds or anything, but we're making 6. Unfold, fold this edge to this crease. Rotate, oh yeah, you can unfold that, and fold this edge to this crease. And you'll know if your folds weren't perfect because you'll see these edges might be folded over a bit, or they might be folded over a lot. If they're like that, you can just smooth them out. But if they're over, a lot, then you can remake your builds. Now, repeat in this direction. So I'll just go a little bit faster this round. So line up your folds, unfold. Now do it on the side where there's the valleys. Go up to the pinch, sharp crease, rotate, put this edge up to heel, crease, unfold, and unfold, fold in half. I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video. Or you can rewind if you need help making folds and then sixth again. Okay, now that we've made a 6x6 grid, we can move on. So, start with this side, it's valley folded. Now, you could just put this edge in and this edge in, and that would make a 5x5 grid. But what I'm gonna do is whip it, unlike other tutorials, just because, the outside's gonna be a rose, and I think it's gonna be nicer if I whip it. So, I'm gonna whip it, we don't need that. Whip it in this direction. Don't need that. And voila, you've made a 5x5 grid. So, now, you will either show valley fold, if you're using Kami, so have it colored side up. Now, we're gonna make the rows. So, this is the center square right here. We're gonna take this edge right here, and we're gonna rotate it this way. So almost like the seamless cube in the middle. That's a different tutorial I might teach. But if I don't get around to it soon, I might tell you guys to go to Jeremy Shaple. Okay, now you have that. Now we're gonna go do it on this side. So we're gonna get it, this edge. So remember, if you had this edge, do that edge all the way around. If you had this edge and went to this side, then do that edge all the way around. So again, I'm gonna take it, we're gonna crease. It doesn't really matter if you do it, it will just rotate the opposite direction. Again, and you can kind of see while I'm doing this guy wants to tag along. Doesn't really matter. So, like that. Okay, now we're gonna push these together all at one time. And then we're gonna go, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this one to this side, this to this side, this to this side, this to this side. So basically making an easy flasher, only 2 units tall and 1 unit wide. But then once you have that, just make sure it's creased well. If you look on the inside, you can kind of pinch it if you want, but yeah. Okay, now to make the rose fold. So, what we're gonna do is, if you haven't made Kasawiyaki's rose before, it might be sort of difficult to make this part right here. So I recommend, if you haven't done Toshikoshi Kasawiyaki's rose before, you should definitely try that one before attempting this collapse, even though it's the exact same. We're going to take this edge right here, and there's this edge right here. I'm going to push it all the way down, and we're going to flatten this here. So now it's only one unit. Now rotate, and do the same. But now there's no edge to catch on, so you really have to make sure this points up. Again, this edge. Now your last edge, you can't really pull it down, because if you pulled it down, this edge would go with it. What you do, you slide it from underneath here, and you tuck it under. So as you'll see, it won't really stay together, but that's okay right now. Just kind of hold it together, and we can flatten this hold up. Okay, now we're almost done. Now if you have not made the ninja stall, then I recommend you do it before attempting this model. But this is basically like the collapse of the ninja stall. So we put this, we bring this in, and this one, then this one. Now finally, like a ninja stall, this goes over this edge under here. So just like that. Now you can flatten it, get out any wrinkles. Okay, so now we're almost done with this flasher. This next one's totally optional, but if you want to do it, you can. As you'll see, I did it on this one where I kind of bent these down. This one, not so much. So what we're gonna do, this one, I don't really want to bend them down, but for this tutorial, I'll just include it. We're gonna round this off all the way until here and here. If we went anywhere past here, the paper would rip, so make sure you stop there. Just kind of give it a curve all the way around. And that's totally optional. And then once you're done, you'll have this. So now you're done with your rose flasher. Now there's a few ways to get it to flash. One, you could flip it over, undo these right here, undo this a bit, and then get it to flash like that. But if that takes way too long, then what I would do is that if that's too long, pull this edge and this edge, and it will kind of unfold like that. And then you can just flatten out the model, and then you can flash it. Now, what happens if it won't flash? Make your creases really sharp, especially here and these edges down here. Make them very sharp. Make sure they're all in the same direction. So if one side's a mountain and the opposite side's a valley, I don't know. So you really have to make sure it flashes. But after a little while, it should flake into the paper, and the paper will memorize it, as you can see. So if yours doesn't flash, that's okay. It should be a little bit. It should be easier just putting these edges in, definitely, now that the creases are in. And also, this model would be good for wet folding, because it would get the rows nice. I feel like the easiest way to do this model, to flash it, is unfold here, kind of open it up so the bottom kind of opened, and then yeah. So flash it a lot and the memory will get in the paper. Now if you want to use this for a gift or something, you can make the stem. And right now I'll show you how to make this the easy stem. Also you can cut your stem to size, because you probably will need to. If we made this stem is going to be this tall, so it wouldn't really look realistic on this. So cut it to size. Now if you do want to just use a clean sheet of paper, and if you make like a white or pink rose, that looks really nice. But I'll show you with the way. We're gonna fold in half lengthwise. Fold. Do that again. It's a lot of alley folds, but it's very, very simple with the rose petal over the stem. And one last time. This one's kind of optional, but to do it this time. But if you really want to fit it in to your rose, recommend doing it. Okay, now just pinch it and give it a really nice squeeze with your nail. Now, we're just going to give this stem a little twist. You don't have to twist it much. I see some people going like all the way like that, twisting it so much. You don't need to twist it much. Just twist it to taste, is what I would say. If you want to twist it a lot, go for it. If you don't want to twist it much, you don't have to. You don't even have to give it a twist. I just think it looks kind of nice with the twist in it. Okay. And then you finished your stem. Now, sometimes people will say, oh, this is not going to fit in my rose. What you do is you kind of just fold this in half, like that. Don't do it all the way. And then try to just wiggle it into here. You might need to kind of unfold, but it will get in. So, and then if you folded the petals down, it looks really nice. Also, you can cut this to size. Some people might only want to cut off millimeter or so. Some people might want to cut it off all the way at the top. Doesn't really matter. Just depends. But again, once you have this stem in, it's kind of hard to, when you flash it, the stem's just gonna fall out, but that's okay. Your friends probably won't know it's a flash it. Alright, so that's all for today's video. Hope you like it. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.